Insane, you make me crazy, insane, that's how I feel, insane, you make me crazy, insane, that's how I feel.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dysfunction Junction. I'm your host Kim, and you are listening to episode 20. Those two faithful, ever so faithful listeners have stuck it out for 20 episodes. Thank you, my lovies. I could not, actually I could do this podcast without you, but I don't want to. Anyway, I am, as usual, unprepared. My house has been full of sick people yet again. I am very irritated. I cannot get rid of the sickness in my house. It seems like every freaking week somebody is sick, something's breaking down, something drastic is happening, and I'm done. I am just done. I would much rather, deal with 1 week of sick kids, like all 5 of my kids being sick at once, than having one kid sick a week. It's just overwhelming. It's too much. And I hate it. I remember when my brother got the chicken pox when he was like 5 years old. And my mom said, hell with this. I am not going through this 4 more times. And she put him and my 3 other brothers and sisters in the tub all together. And sure enough, within the next day or two, they all got the chicken pox, and she had all 4 of them with the chicken pox at once. I don't know. I would much rather go through that than, every week a sick kid. I can't handle it. But to the 2 people that are listening, who have steadily listened, I'm trying to figure out what it is. Like, I'll have some weeks where I'll have a lot of good listeners, and I'll have you bastard. Froze again. Oh, it's back. It's doing it again. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's my program that I use to record my podcast, but it's freezing again. And I don't know what to do. But now I forgot what I was talking about. ADD moment. Ding. Ah, crap. I have no idea what I was talking about. Oh, man, I wish I could get it back. What was I talking about? I know what I was talking about. I wish I knew what it was that I was doing or saying that, some weeks I have really good listeners and some weeks I got... But listen, it's only my 20th episode. I've only been doing this for a few months. So I just have to keep at it. But tell me what it is that you guys like about my podcast or you don't like about my podcast. I would like to hear some feedback. You guys can, check me out on Twitter. You can, send me a message on Twitter, send me a message on Facebook. You can leave me a SpeakPipe message. You can email me, whatever works for you guys. But I would like to know what it is. What do you like to hear? What do you not like to hear? Do you like it when I get kind of deep? Do you not like it when I get deep? What is it that makes you tune in to my show? Is it the description of my show that you like? Or is it, what is it? Tell me. I want to know. And I really haven't been feeling this podcast thing lately because everyone's been so sick. So it's overwhelming. And while I'm sitting here right now, I hear my husband hacking in the living room, and it's been one of those weeks, of course, when it rains, it pours. So not only have the kids been sick, but we've been having issues like with the mortgage company. We're switching over insurances because our insurance that we had, they raised their rates. So we switched so we could get a cheaper insurance. And for whatever reason, the mortgage is taking forever switching it over. So they're charging us all these crazy fees. And then our car breaks down, and of course it can't be something simple. Anytime we have a car issue, it has to be huge. It's either the engine, it's the transmission. This time it's a head gasket that is really expensive to fix. And I don't know about you, but I don't have $1,000 to just dish out to have my car fixed. That's why I'm begging all you bitches to lend me $1 on my Patreon account. But whatevs. And I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. Please don't be offended. That seems to be a going thing nowadays. Everybody gets butthurt about what everybody says. Nobody can make a joke. Nobody can, just relax and, just be themselves. Everybody is so worried about hurting somebody else's feelings or making somebody else feel discriminated against, or you're afraid to say anything because someone's going to think you're a racist. And it's sad. It's sad that you can't just tell a joke and have it be a joke and not have everyone be so offended by it. I've done it. I do that every day. It's like, oh, I better not say that because I don't think they'll get my humor. I don't think that they'll take it offensively. And that brings me to my famously failing. You are famously failing. I still don't have a jingle for that, but I'm working on it, people. I kind of feel bad for Roseanne, you guys. I mean, the public has really given it to her, and I'm going to be 100% honest. I really don't know what kind of tweet. I didn't read the tweet. I didn't read a whole lot about it. But I do know, I guess she said she made some sort of comment about an African-American woman in regards to her looking like a monkey and some other derogatory remark. Now, that's bad. What she said was really, really bad. She did say that she had taken some Ambien. She was kind of in and out. I've never taken Ambien, so I don't know if the side effects are racism. I don't know. But over the years, even in her own show, I've never seen or heard, a joke that seemed inappropriate. And I'm sure, and if there has been, please let me know. Maybe I just don't think of it as offensive, and my son will say it's because I'm a white privileged woman. I don't know what it's like to be, what does he say? Oppressed. I'm sorry. But I just don't think that she meant it. I really truly think that she meant it as a joke, and maybe this is what I need to get people to leave comments and to, give their opinion and tell me that I'm a jerk or I'm insensitive or I don't know what I'm talking about. But I just think that we all say things sometimes that come out the wrong way. We think of them one way in our head, but when they come out of our mouth, you sound like a giant douche. And then the minute you say it, she even said, like, the minute, even before people got upset and she realized what she said, and I'll post, I guess there was this podcast that she did with a rabbi, and I will put that link. I'm not sure if the link will be to the actual podcast, but he is on Apple Podcasts. But she did say even before she started getting a lot of backlash for it, she felt bad for it. But I know I have said things that I think back now. There's a handful of things that really stick out in my head that I've said to people that I've totally felt like a giant douchebag about. Nothing like this. This is, a little, a little crossing the line, of, because there is a line, there is a line between, being funny and being inappropriate. But I don't know. I feel really bad for her. I'm just thinking of her more as a human being and less like, a celebrity. I don't think if she was just a normal person on the street that anybody would have even noticed what she said. It would have went in one person's ear, in one ear and out the other. But because she's famous and she's a celebrity and people, I'm sure there are some people who look up to her and respect her and really, what's the word I'm looking for? Really, respect her opinions, and because she was a very successful woman. She had a very successful show. She, people look up to her, and I don't know. I feel terrible, and she feels like she's lost everything, but it's one of those things that, unfortunately, because you are in the public eye, that this is going to be with her for a while. I don't know if this is going to be something that hopefully her personally as a person will be able to move on from this, and she'll be able, I don't know how strong she is in her faith, that she can, give it to God and let him deal with it. And as long as she is, she's good with God and she knows that he knows what she meant. He knows that she's a good person. I hope that's enough for her. That her family knows that she's a good person, and the people that matter the most to her know that she's a good person and that she didn't mean what she said. Then, hopefully that's enough. And that I know, I told you, I don't edit, people. What you hear is what you get. This is me. If we were talking, sitting here side by side talking, that's how it would be. It's because my brain moves a lot faster than my mouth. So I'm having these thoughts, but to get them out, it just doesn't happen. The reason, a big part of why I'm saying this is, I've had a really crappy week all week long. It just, even from the week before that, it's just like and I don't know if I complain about it a lot, about this is going wrong and that's going wrong. And this whole podcast is going to be about things that I hate, things that drive me nuts. Everybody has a list of people that if they could meet in person, you'd punch them in the face, and I was going to have this big list and this big venting thing about if I can meet the person who invented slime, I'd punch them in the face. Yeah, they're jerks. Those are they've caused complete havoc in my house. But, and because, like I said, I've had a really, with the kids being sick in the car and the house and work, it was just going to be a big vent session. But I went to church today. And don't worry, I'm not going to, smack you over the head with my Bible or anything. But there was, something brought up at church today that really put my week in perspective. And one of those things was, there's a gentleman that goes to my church, and his daughter is dying. She's very, very sick. She has cancer, and the doctors have given her maybe 10 days left. And he spoke up at church today and said that even though, his family is going through this terrible ordeal, that the community really came together for them in a time of need. I guess some people that they knew got together and they organized a big craft, not a craft sale. Would it be a craft sale? But people came together and they sold their crafts, and they had giveaways, and like the 50-50, and he said people were donating money and not even putting their names on the ticket that they were bidding for, and like putting $50 in and $100 bills. And he was so touched that these people who didn't know him or his family would be so generous and be so kind, and that even though he's going through this terrible thing with his daughter, that there were still so many good people out there and so many good things happening, and that you have to be grateful for what you have. And so every day he wakes up And he's grateful that he has another day with his daughter. He has one more day. He has one more hour, one more moment with her. And when I think about my week and everything that's happened, it really puts things in perspective for me. Yes, my car isn't working, but thank God that I have people in my life who are willing to give me a ride to work, pick me up from work, let us borrow their car. Not a lot of people have that. Yes, my mortgage company is really being douchebags, but I have a home, not my mortgage company. Yes, my mortgage company, but I have a home to live in, and my kids are warm, or cool, whatever the case may be, because we're in the middle of the summer. We have a home, and we're together. I may not be, maybe getting the position that I want at my job, but let's thank God that I have a job, and that I have money coming in. My children are healthy. My children, they're sick, but it's nothing like cancer. It's conjunctivitis. It's a sore throat. It's a cold. It's a runny nose. Yes, it's stressful, but my children are living and they're strong, and I'm thankful. And somebody said something at church today that said, oh goodness, how did she put it? It was, if you had to wake up tomorrow and only have what you thanked God for yesterday, would you be happy? Would you be okay with that? And how many of us go on with our lives every day and not thank God for anything? And this, like I said, this isn't supposed to be a religious, podcast or and that's not what I'm trying to do. If it touches you that way and you feel, you makes you feel closer to God, then I'm grateful. But we all, there are days when I haven't prayed at all. I haven't thanked God for anything. And if that was the case, I would wake up tomorrow and I'd have nothing. I would have absolutely nothing because I didn't thank him for a thing. So I am lucky that I have a roof over my head. I have a way to get to work. I have people in my life that are helping me do that. I have a job to go to, and my kids are healthy. So I am not going to turn this into a vent fest. I'm going to be thankful for what I have, and I am going to try to find something good to say about my family. Let's see. I'm going to put little cricket sounds in here because this might take a minute. Crickets. Little crickets. Okay. I have one. Now, you've all heard me talk about the hubs. Oh my God, my computer just went off. Dear God in heaven, did my computer just shut off? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, did it just come off? I'll freak out. It didn't. Okay. Oh my gosh. So we all know the hubs. We all know how much he drives me crazy. I love him dearly, but he could be a pain in my tuchus. But I'm going to say something good. My husband busts his butt every day for this family. However, I've also told you that he can be kind of a complainer. That's his thing. That's his shtick. That's what he does. But he is trying very hard not to do that. My husband is the guy that will, okay, for instance, our car broke down and the old Andy would be like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We're screwed. We're not going to have anything. He'd be sending me these messages at work. What are we going to do? I don't know what to do. What should we do? And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm at work. But this time, he didn't do that. He took the initiative to try to figure out what was wrong. He didn't even tell me what was going on because he didn't want to stress me out. He didn't want to upset me. So he looked into it and got it all figured out before he stressed me out. So kudos for the hubs. Thanks for that. Let's see. Older son, number 1. He is working a job. He is, didn't want to work this job, but he knows he needs a job and he needs to get things going. He needs to, start being an adult. And he said to me today, he says, Mom, before I spend my money on anything else, because normally he's got plans after his job for the summer is over. He's going to go to Boston for the weekend. He wants to go to New York for a week or so before he goes back to school. And normally he would take all of his money and he would blow it, and then he'd have no money for books, and then we'd all be panicking because nobody has any money. And this time he's telling me that he's making a plan. He's going to buy his books before he does anything else. Fingers crossed that happens. Kudos to boy number 1. Boy number 2, there's not a whole lot to complain about boy number 2. He's a pretty chill dude. He's always been eager to work. He's saving his money to buy his own car. He always comes home in a good mood. And he is a very good big brother. Him and Piper fight like cats and dogs, but he does get along with, he'll be the first one to say, listen, I can pick on my little sister all I want, but all you other dudes, you're going to get punched in the face, flat out. He's such a good big brother to his 2 little brothers. Piper was amazeballs today. She was very helpful at church. She, when I sing up there at church in the choir, she sits in the front row with her 2 little brothers. And she, makes sure that they're not running around like crazy people. And for that, I am truly grateful. Cato the potato only swore a handful of times today. And I'm very proud of that because normally he could really make, sailors embarrassed. So he's doing really well. And Brody said a nice full sentence today. I was very proud of him. Brody One Kenobi, he's kind of nonverbal. And so any word that he says, we're so happy about. And today he said, Mommy's a pig. So kudos to the Broadster. So there you go. I have said one good thing about everybody in my immediate family. I am very proud of you. That is a lot better than the podcast that I was going to put out. So I say I am doing pretty good. I am going to wrap up this crazy show, though, fellas. Fellas and ladies, I know there's really no men listening. It's just 2 people. It's my mom and, let's see, maybe a Fergali or a Larrabee. I can't be positive. But I do want to tell everybody that I do have some bad news. For all my main peeps who were looking forward to going to the JJ Weeks concert in Austin French on July 5th. We had to cancel the concert. They had a really bad car, well, not a bad car accident. They're fine, but they were in an accident and their bus got pretty messed up. So they won't fix it in time until for the concert, but they're going to be coming in September. They don't have a date yet, but when they come, they're not only going to perform on Saturday, they're going to come back to our church the next day and do the worship hour. I'm so excited. So when we hear about that, I'm just all about the church today, all about Jesus today, you guys. But that's okay. Listen, to the 2 people that are listening, keep coming back. That's all that matters. Jesus is good. I'm good. The family's good. Everybody's good. But thank you for the couple people that are listening. I want you guys to listen more. Find me on my website at www.dfpodcast.com. I want you to find me on the Twitter at twitter.com. It's Dysfunction. Okay. You know what? I totally messed this whole thing up. I'm going to go back to my regular spiel. I have a script, people, and I will get to it, okay? Because if I veer off that script, I get too messed up, and it's just messy. But listen, I want to know what you like. Am I doing a good job? Am I not doing a good job? Do you like when I talk about this, or do you not like when I talk about this? Let me know. To the 2 people that are listening, tell me. Leave me a speak pipe message. What do you think about what I talked about today? Do you feel bad for Roseanne? I kind of do. I still do. I think she's a human being. We all make mistakes. We all talk out of the left side of our face, or sometimes we talk straight out of our butt. We're humans. We make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I'm not saying that, I don't know 100% what was said. I don't know her state of mind. She very well could have been, on Ambien and just not thinking properly and thought at the time. We have all said things in our head and think that is funny. And then when you say them out loud, nobody laughs. Okay. I've been doing this podcast for 20 episodes. Nobody's laughing, but I'm still talking. That's not stopping me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know, but we're all human beings. We all make mistakes. I think we all need a little bit of slack cut sometimes. Sometimes people are just jerks and they don't deserve it. I don't think that's the case this time. I really think that she made a mistake. She's lost everything. She's lost her show. She's lost probably, fans, respect of, people who once really thought a lot about her. But when you're in that situation, you might think twice. So tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of my podcast. Does it suck? I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it. I've been talking for 26 minutes. I didn't think I'd get 26 minutes. I was unprepared. I'm always unprepared. I think you guys should be more shocked when I am prepared. That's when you need to be worried. Okay? All right. So I'm going to close this up now. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to say something good. I want us all to be happy. You know what? I thank God for all of you. I thank God for you two listeners. I thank God that there are going to be new listeners out there someday. They just don't know it. I'm thankful that I am able to have this microphone, that I am able to, get my point out there. Maybe I'm reaching one person. Maybe those two people that I am speaking to, I've really touched their hearts. Maybe I'm making a difference, and that I am truly thankful for. I am thankful for my microphone. I'm thankful for my computer. I am thankful that I have, thoughts to share. So as you go on your week this week, what are you thankful for? Let me know. Send me a SpeakPipe message. Send me an email. Post on my Facebook page. Post on my Twitter. Hit me up on Patreon, Instagram. I even have a Snapchat, people. Hook me up. Let me know. Hit me up. Hook me up. Let me know what you're thankful for. I want to know. I will wrap this up now. I think I have talked long enough, so I want to thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media pages. This is my script. You can connect with us on Facebook at facebook.com/dysfunction7. And of course, on our Facebook group page at facebook.com/groups/DF podcast. If you prefer Twitter, you can find us at twitter.com/dysfunctionmom. For all you Instagram peeps, you can look us up at instagram.com/dysfunction7. And at last, but certainly not least, if you find it in your heart to donate $1 to help Kim's car fund, I would really appreciate it. And you can do that at patreon.com/dysfunctionjunction. And of course, you can also find this episode and all my old episodes and new episodes and show notes on my website at www.dfpodcast.com. That's D as in dog, F as in Frank, podcast.com. And again, let me know what you are thankful for. I bet you're thankful that the show's over. Peace out, guys. Have a great week. Peace.
Make me crazy, insane. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Insane. You make me crazy. Make me crazy. Insane. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.